I just didn't want to come back. That is where I know I want to be. That is where I want to stay. It's the first time that I've cried in a meditation ever, and I've done so much, as I say, spiritual shopping, so much of it. And today was something else.
But today you experienced that love in you.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I always used to wonder when people cried. I said, I've never done it. I have never cried. Today I couldn't stop my tears. I just couldn't stop it.
Yeah, it's the joy of coming home. Yeah, so beautiful.
Next. Experiences, please.
I felt a lot of pain as though I was in a black hole. And then I couldn't concentrate, so I had to sit like this for a while, and then I was okay after a while.
Parts and pieces of ourselves
It was so very hot for me. It was very hot for me.
Yes.
It went very I started shaking. I had to open my eyes because the whole chair was vibrating. So I just, yes, I'm sure.
So we all have
something to share.
different experiences, like shaking, like
I was actually shaking, and then just it was still, and I've never felt this love before. Amazing stillness. Thank you.
everybody's experience is going to be different. That's the beauty of it. You can't copy and paste. So, you know, shaking is your body, you like to see light, so that's what divinity is. Because once you experience it, that memory has become, it's now embedded in you. You could go back to this space anytime you want. Now you have a memory in you, right? Anger is what? Emotion is what? Just that memory in you. So now you know what we, and you can't really put it in words.
No,
Words are very limited.
I think it's injustice to try and
explain
and put it. Then we limit it
Exactly.
to those words for everyone else, and then I think anybody who hears, then the mind comes in, then you start imagining what others felt probably. So I don't know.
The one thing really important is when we share experiences is that everybody's experience is going to be different, and you can't have the same experience what she did. There's vibration, so each one is going to have a different experience. So you shouldn't really think, oh, I want to have the same experience. You'll never have the same experience. Each soul is different.
How was it? Side?
Initially, I was a little skeptical that I was sitting at the back and I didn't have the honor of facing, the both of you. And usually we do the Kriyas, the conventional, 3 or 4 of them, and very impromptu you broke up into a little note, a song of Imajire, and while you were saying that we should be connecting, I could kind of feel that my hands were, mind actually was going towards a direction. That part was very, very different from what I have been experiencing in the couple of months that I've been here with. That when I could kind of floating, I could really feel myself as if somebody was trying to lift my hand and connect. That was very interesting.
I think when she started speaking about the golden light, it was a kind of a diffused energy tunnel, and I saw myself being drawn in towards it, and there was a hand that I imagined, and after that there was a kind of a jump. I just jumped to the other side, and God says, see, this is my world, and see, you're here with me. And after that, when she started saying, it's all right, whatever you are, even if you have anger in you, even if you have flaws in you, it's all right to love you. It was so soothing that a wave of relaxation just seeped in the body. And I've had last 2 days which have been very disturbing energy, and I think right now I'm in the best state of mind, and this is what my experience has been with this meditation. Thank you.
How was it for you, Ram?
For me, I have to be honest, yes. I think to begin with, I was going with what you were telling me, I was imagining it, then I think with my imagination, I did see images of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, kind of his hand like that. But I was really peaceful and very calm. There was a moment when I felt like going out and hitting those guys who were making those noises outside. It did come, I have to be honest. Like, I just wanted to go and tell them, just shut up. But then I started focusing again on you, and then again I was in line, and then I think the distraction stopped. I was able to get it out, like I was able to focus on what you were saying. And then you talked about the Maji, leading the way to, so that was kind of going through a tunnel, and also I was envisioning I was really going. That thought that I had earlier about going out and hitting those people went away. So I just got it once though. That's it.
When you're holding the hand, and this God is not mythical, it's real. It's our power source. So when you hold that hand, you won't hear anything else. Nothing can disturb you while you're holding the hand.
Yeah.
And that's why this little few lines of Maji, I used to sing for God when I wanted to, when I felt alone, and when I sing, I always have tears, because when I was lonely, I was sad and misunderstood and totally torn down. At that time, this would just come from me, and within a minute, I had silence. And when the tears came, one day I said to God, why do I always cry that, somehow I'm crying, but you're not there? And God said to me that, of course I have come, I came as your tears. So after that, when there are tears, I feel, okay, God has appeared. So it's, things happen when you start conversation, you start a relationship with God, you fall in love, and then you start to see God in everything and everyone. So it doesn't change the way what you're doing. You'll still do what you're doing. You still have to live your karmic situations, all of that. But imagine that peace and strength, and you're never lonely, So that this is a hand of God. One cannot.
And I think the way you were telling us to do, I got the message that give your hand or give your trust to God and let Him lead the way. That we can't control anything, that ultimately He's going to guide us through.
Yeah.
Yes.
And God is that power. We can call it Him or her, but it is that power in us. We're not calling on anything external, some alien God. It's our power. We have the right to actually be in that God energy.
So your mind is very limited, and we normally live our life from our mind. But there's this natural intelligence in us which takes over. And difference of a spiritual experience versus mental exercise is that it'll be something different. Plus, even if you try to control it, you won't get control. Even if you try to stop it, it wouldn't stop. If your hands are like this, even if you try to separate, you won't get separated because there's a force, which is making you do that. So there's a force which takes over, and that's the divine force which is running our body. That's the force which is making us experience this world. Only thing is, when you evoke this force, you'll try to exercise this more and more. Now you have a belief, you have a trust that there is something in you, right? When you first went to Canada, it was like, oh yeah, there is something. Now you actually experienced it, right? It's a whole different feeling.
It's a little bit true.
Yeah.
How is it here?
When you were talking about that blue, initially I could not, there was chaos, I could not get the blue. Then I don't know, I've never felt this before, but I felt that something like Shivji was like standing behind me, and he inserted something into my spine, and it kind of made me come to that blue thing that you were talking about. But what I think really made me happy was that when you talked of that tunnel, and even though very frankly I tried to cut myself off from that, and I felt I'm supposed to go in there alone, but my kids, there is a 3.5-year difference between my children. So there used to be a stage when I used to have my daughter in my slingy here and my son. That's how I went in. And even though I have to admit that there was some part of me, conscious part of me, which was trying to tell me, no, you're supposed to do it alone. And I would try, but it did not happen. Eventually it made me very happy, because my children were like, they were kind of that tiny, and they were very happy. And I just felt that light went on and on and on. And rather than me, my hand being held, I felt I was holding on to some arm, and they were holding on to my hand. So that was, yes, I saw my children happy. I think that really
That's
made
what you're happy.
So that was good.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think today we have been really blessed by Inder and Ruby, by their divine presence. What we have experienced today is something that people attain after a lot of sadhana, a lot of exercises, so many different types of meditations, but they have just bestowed it on us. And we have experienced this, this spiritual experience, you can say. Everybody has experienced it in different levels, but it has been given as far as I can think. It's not something that we could have done on our own right now, but I think that is how they have shown us, given us a taste, a feel of that experience, and then to carry forward with our own sadhana and doing the Kriya regularly, and then following the way, following the path. I think that's what we have experienced today, and we are really blessed and grateful. And after coming out of, when you said, okay, now you can open your eyes, the body and the senses, they became totally still. My tongue was just not there, like it was like stuck somewhere, and it was impossible for me to come back, and then I had to just pull myself, oh yes, I have to, it's norm, society, so get back. So otherwise I could have stayed there very long. And thank you so much.
May I share something? So I have been doing Kriyas as guided by Inderji and Ruby ma'am since last 2 years. And when we talk of experiences, I can for certain say that today I have experienced the whole universe inside me. I'm still shaking. Each and every cell of my body, this physical body, was completely lit up as I went through the tunnel, trusting the divine, holding my hand so tight that I felt the whole light was inside of me only. These tears, I could cry and feel happy crying like this, because I felt that all my inhibitions, all my opinions, everything, it was just dissolving. It was just leaving me and making me feel so light and so myself, and so much love inside. I can for certain say that I'm overflowing with this love. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're truly, truly blessed.
See, it's actually like a joint venture.
Yeah.
We can't do it by ourselves also. It's a kind of joint energy. When your energy it's because then you can't limit energy, right?
Yes.
You can't stop and say, okay, I'll be selfish, I'm going to stop my energy.
Yeah.
Right? It's when people say, a common question we have is, even in Canada, how do I save myself from the negativity? You can't. It's going to affect you. It will, because there's a change. It's like you can't put yourself in a box and say, I'm going to shut myself up. You can't, because there's we're all connected. There's a connection between us, right? So there's exchange of energy, and that's how this gets evoked. And then, we can't do it. It's a joint venture. It's a joint venture because it's a joint experience. Yeah.
And it's every human's desire. It doesn't, we think we want, like I said, things. Ultimately, human wants influence. They want the power over others because they don't understand that this power lies within them. So once you've sort of seen the God impact today, once you do it more and more, you fall in love more and more. Power is a side effect. So if we were able to create this effect with what we said, how we are, or with a few chants, it's only because we were determined to get here. So it's very conscious, because we wanted today for the guides to manifest. We wanted the God presence to manifest, so everybody would experience it. Everybody. That was our intention today. And so this was healing with love. We wanted to call the session that. So, but it's done very consciously. It's not abstract. It's not random. This effect is there wherever we do it, because we intentionally have come into that state, and that should be the goal. Then everything else falls in love, falls in paisa.
I want to share one thing. When I first started having experiences, I was in a Sangat, so I thought, they're doing this Kirtan, they're doing this, and that's this, that I'm blessed that you could only, like Ruby said, it's happening because of some blessing. Yeah, it was happening because of some blessing, but you can evoke it. That's the power. You can evoke it every movement of your life. Every minute of your life you could evoke this. Because it's in you. That's the beauty of it, right? You don't have to go to any temple, you don't need to go anywhere.
But would one tend to fall into the trap of interpreting? Like would one, get into that, why did I see this, or why?
Yeah, that's different. That's different. That's the difference. Yeah, that's where, where people see visions, right? That's what you're referring to?
No, anything simple it could be anything. Like why did I, for example, like you said that when you go out of fear, don't go with doubts. Now, I would tend to ask myself that last time when I was with you or whenever I have tried to do it, I've never seen my children. So I would, as a mother, I think be very tempted to see what is it that led me on to that. Does that happen? Do you
No,
get into
that's normal curiosity.
Yeah.
But right now, keep your eyes on the goal. What is it that you want? You want the power to go there at any given time. Today you went with children. We went with all of you today. We went to the same place with all of you.
Right.
So you are our children. You are our friends. So it just depends how big your world gets. What is our calling? To basically first was to station ourselves in divine and then to awaken it so they can see it in themselves. So when we see it in you, then you will show it to others. So it's not about doubt anymore. It's not about questioning anymore. There's only one thing to do. Remember, everybody's headed the same way, same destination. You go with 5, you go with 20, you go with 1, you go alone, irrelevant.
So one thing which is really important is you're really intuitive. You're really intuitive because you picked up I needed to say that.
No, you were going to
I think one thing which is really important is we have these experiences, right? Let's say somebody saw vision or there was a physiological effect. But then what happens is people structured with the framework, with the mental framework.
Yeah, that's where you fall into a trap.
Yeah, they fall into a trap. They do. And then they say, I want next time out, they're expecting the same thing. But the beauty of it is going to change every time. It's not the same experience you'll have.
Right.
Don't structure yourself. Don't sit in a meditation, I want to see the same thing, or I want to experience the same thing. It's going to keep changing. Don't get focused on one particular thing, Ajay, how was it?
Yeah, pretty good. But I think you spoke earlier about a memory being embedded in you.
Yeah.
And we've also sort of spoken about how don't think that this frame will exist the next time. And I'm sort of trying to relate back to the question which was asked. How do we interpret, or do we start interpreting, and do we start saying that this particular aspect we saw is X? I was watching this movie day before Noah, and he's taking all these people away, and he starts towards the end of the movie, he starts interpreting things which he shouldn't have as a good human being.
Correct.
For me, I was trying to link up these things.
No, you're right. Because you do, the mind kicks in, right?
Yeah. So as far as my experience, I think I was very restless. But I felt that the blue light sort of fortified my spine, which was pretty good for me. I'm just a novice.
It's good to be there. Actually, very good.
But yeah, what we were getting at was that this is not, there's no philosophy, there's no theory, there's not like A is equal to this and B is equal to this. It's a physiological experience. In God, what we call divinity or whatever we call it, that energy is physiological, right? You need to experience it. How do you experience anger? You just experience in the body, right? There's something, blood pressure goes up, your eyes get red. Same way, you need to experience this and have a memory of that in your body.
Correct. So I think it's, when earlier we were referring to the word, why are we being shy? I think it's a very private affair in terms of how you go on to this journey. And not everyone would want to sort of share it. And I think culturally we are in that way that you don't have to share this. It's not as important. But how do you maintain yourself on that journey is the issue. Because you can't discipline your mind or your environment to continue on this journey. You have to go around, you have to do this, you have to do that. Abhi karna. So the issue for me is to how to stay on this continuum.
That's it. Actually, it's your intention, your first intention. If you're determined that that's where you're going, and then how you do what you do becomes not so important.
Correct, but then when you say that you should get together and do this together, you want to take out time and do this together.
Okay.
But you're not able to do it.
Yeah, that's fine. If you're not able to, it's not practical, you can't.
Right. So then you feel guilty, yeah, man.
No.
You don't beat yourself up, right? So it's the same guilt, which is you don't beat yourself. Oh, I couldn't do it. It's as bad as any other guilt, right? Guilt is guilt.
Groups just facilitate.
Whenever you can.
It helps.
Depends what's your priority in life, right? What you prioritize, you know.
Kids, paisa.
That is all how.
That's all
how.
Yeah.
But you know that you're focusing on that, knowing that कि वो तो सब आएगा जाएगा बच्चे आएंगे जाएंगे, like all of that is path, रास्ते में है सब कुछ. थोड़ी देर तक सब साथ चलेंगे, थोड़ी देर के बाद कोई नहीं चलेगा. So the fact that, but where are you headed? Ultimately, as a soul, we take responsibility of ourselves first, then the relationships we build, right?
I have another question. Sorry, you spoke about forefathers.
Yeah.
So how is that? You said healing them.
Yeah. What happens is the souls sometimes are living the effects of forefathers' energy. So if there is disturbance in the forefather energy field, incomplete desires, untimely deaths, any disturbance at all, forefather ki energy mein, then the children unconsciously they feel the effects and they don't know where it's coming from. So when we are healing today at this deeper level, so I just felt that we should do the forefathers before you hold the hand of God, because you wouldn't have these experiences in the tunnel had we not healed that before. So that was the purpose.
See, everything is connected, right? We are energy body. All the memories from our past lives is all programmed. It's all coded in us. So we carry all those baggage with us, unknowingly. You know. So everything is with us. There's nothing disconnected. And forefathers, if there's any disharmony or dis-ease in your lineage, that's going to affect you. That's what we call karmic patterns. You know. You are living, whatever you're doing is the birth you took in that particular family is because of some karmic dues or whatever you had to live.
Even genetics.
You know, even genetics. What is genes? You know, how do you get your DNA? Because you had those genetics, because you took birth. Why did you take birth in that family? Everything is connected.
So how do you identify that you've got forefathers who need some healing? That's the question. Right?
How do we identify?
How do you identify whether they need healing or not?
No, it's not them healing, it's you needing healing.
Yeah,
I know, but you had said heal the forefathers.
Yeah, I felt.
I'm trying to connect that.
Yeah, I just intuitively when I was doing it, I felt there was disturbing, there was distortion. Your intentions were good, people, but there was something to be still completed. So, and for you to have a deeper experience, that became essential. So it was just something very spontaneously we invoked. Otherwise, we don't usually do that.
Again, the idea is not to dilute this whole experience in your verbal knowledge or try to understand it. You can't really understand it. It's beyond words. So, anybody else wants to share, or there's?
I would like to ask something. If this camera could be switched off.
Oh, can you switch off? Okay.
Actually, I just wanted to ask: has everybody experienced reaching out to that golden light, or because
you're asking everybody?
Yeah, because
okay, answer, guys.
Everybody managed.
I managed.
But because I really tried, wanted to reach out, and I was on a path, and I did get the fragrance of jasmine very strongly. But I was really trying to reach out, but I couldn't see anything.
But when you got the jasmine, it had reached out to you already.
Yeah.
What you were trying to reach to
had
already reached out to you.
Path, but I was completely in the dark.
But the fragrance itself, the manifestation
I
of
broke down
fragrance.
because I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, that's okay. But the fact that you got the fragrance, the presence had manifested through the presence.
But did you create the fragrance? Did you create it with your mind? So it happened, right? On its own.
Yeah.
So it's already reached to you. So there's not it's like reaching out or reaching, the same thing. You know?
I was definitely on a path, but I couldn't see light. I couldn't see that light on my spine, on my neck, behind my neck. I just couldn't see anything. It's just like you close your eyes, and it's like the darkness. That's it.
That's okay.
But then you had these experiences in that sense of darkness.
That was quite strange.
That's great.
That's a profound experience also.
Yeah.
I want to say something.
Hi, I'm Atul. So I experienced. Initially, I was, just following the instructions and visualizing everything, and then I just stepped into the silent zone. It was all silence, deep silence, and as a musician, I know that silence is the genesis of music, of words, everything. So I was in a state of pure ecstasy, maybe as if I have realized my being a musician. So I would sum up with my father's couplet, the whole experience के तुझे ढूंढता फिरा हूँ दिलदार इस लगन से अभी होके आ रहा हूँ तारों की अंजुमन से अभी होके आ रहा हूँ तारों की अंजुमन से मेरे शौक जुस्तजू कर मेरी जुस्तजू की राहें पहुंची कहाँ कहाँ तक उठ उठ के झांकती थी मेरी रूह मेरे बदन से. So I was just about to go out of my body. Then since I was also aware, so I thought नहीं यार ये मैं कहाँ जाऊँगा अभी. So it was a great experience, a fully spiritual experience, pure ecstasy, silence, and blessings flowing. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I say something? I was just remembering this line Atul and Shivani sang yesterday, Moko kahan dhoonde re bande. It was like a fool. I've been, all these years going to temples and doing rituals, and it's all come crashing down. This is what I've learned from you, Inder and Ruby. Thank you so much. That मुझे कहीं नहीं जाना, कहीं से कुछ नहीं मिलना, सब मेरे अंदर है. This is what I've been experiencing. I experienced God actually today. Thank you.
How was it for you? Yeah, I saw very shining, very tiny stars around me, all over, around me. And I saw God Shiva also in front of me smiling. I was blessed. I was at peace, calm, and I wanted to cry with emotions and love. I was in a bliss, real bliss, all because of you. Thank you so much.
How was it?
Very empowering.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very centering. Felt very centered and very empowered. And very protected.
Yeah. When you're very visual, you have to explain a bit more.
No,
That is the whole story.
What about your friend?
Sakshi.
I don't know, it was something new for me. I could imagine galaxies within me when you said stars shining. And then later on, I felt my heart beating so loudly, as if I am beating with it. And then through the tunnel, I was not holding anybody's hand. I was, I was in his lap actually. He picked me up, and with so much love, I was on and on and on. There was no destination, just to be with him, that's it.
Okay. The key is not to abort this experience, to build on it. So this, what we did today, you could actually just imagine that the light tunnel. Imagine before that, you can sing Maachi Meri Kismat or whatever you wish, जो आपके दिल में आता है, जो दिल को छूता है, वो चीज़ बोलो, वो चीज़ गाओ. Create that experience again, because God is always there, but we forget to experience it. We forget to revisit our own place. और हम बाहर इधर उधर देखते रहते हैं. But why not start of the day? Why not end of the day? Why not in the middle of the day? You know, our priorities will change. Our life changes. Our whole mind state changes. The quality changes. रिश्ते नए बनने लगेंगे. Because सारे रिश्ते दुनिया में टूटे फूटे हैं. कोई भी जुड़ा नहीं है. किसी से भी जुड़ा नहीं है. No human is aligned to anybody unless you need something. थोड़ी थोड़ी देर के लिए people come together. सारे वखरे वखरे अलग अलग खड़े हैं. तो why not start to come together? Why not? You know. So it's really easy, and it's an easy life, and it's a simple life. It's a very simple life. जिसको unnecessary, like I said, सुबह उठते complicate करते हैं, सारा दिन उसको fix करते हैं, फिर रात को doubt में सो जाते हैं कि भगवान शायद हो गया या नहीं होगा तो तू कर ले. Right? So फिर सुबह उठ के फिर खोलते हैं, फिर create करते हैं mess, फिर दोपहर को worry करते हैं, रात को pray करते हैं शायद चली जाए. Is this truly how we're meant to be? This is not the work of God. This is not why we were created as human beings. तो हमें खुद तो pride के साथ, responsibility के साथ खुद को उठाना ही पड़ेगा. Yeah.
Over a period of time, I've learned that the constant flow of energy is very important in the body. अब last time जो हमारी personal session आपसे लिया था मैंने, that stagnant energy जो मेरे में थी, once it started flowing, I lost 11 kgs weight after that.
Yeah.
Because वो physically, mentally, psychologically, it had been troubling me. So that energy which was stagnant, when I unblocked it, I got hold of it.
See, we are energy bodies, and what happens is like what you experienced was a soul energy which made you experience this, and that soul energy जो हमारे अंदर है, that's what's making us experience this world. Now soul energy is a powerful energy which is a free flow, and what happens with the mind's restrictions and inhibitions, we put blockages. हाँ, अब उसको block कर देते हैं. अब now imagine a river which is gushing down, right, and we build up these dams. Where is this water going to go? A body, वो मोटे होगे, the body is going to get out of whack. You'll get sickness, you'll get all those diseases. You know, migraine कहाँ से होता है, heart attacks कहाँ से होते हैं, वही तो होता है. You build up blockages of energy. That's all. Our body is like a electric, जैसे wiring है ना हमारी, वो है body. वो तारे हैं, laser lights हैं हमारे अंदर. उस laser light को हम block कर देते हैं अपने mind के साथ. Because of क्यों, किंतु, why, ये क्यों हुआ, वो क्यों हुआ. You know, can you now imagine? I went to the hills and there was beautiful warm sun. You know, in winter. Now how do you analyze that? How do you analyze कि हाँ ये धूप क्यों है, ये सूरज क्यों निकला हुआ है? हम हर मोमेंट को अपनी लाइफ को एनालाइज करते हैं. We build up these blockages, these inhibitions, उसको हाथ नहीं लगाना, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, you know. So you need to, like you said, once these blockages clear, flow of energy वो तो कोई restrict ही नहीं कर सकता. और उसकी एक intelligence है, where the mind intelligence doesn't work. ये जो सब बड़े-बड़े जो inventions हो रही हैं, ये mind से नहीं हो रही हैं, you know. This is beyond your mind. Ajay, you want to make real money? Disconnect from your mind. That's where the real money is going to come. Mind को तो restriction है, मेरे को 1 million दे दो. पता नहीं शायद 10 billion देना हो उसने. You know?
And then we block it.
We block it with a restricted mind. और रिक्शे वाले ने पूछो जाके वो कहूँगा की लेना को चलो एक स्कूटर रिक्शा दे दो. He's not going to ask for a Learjet. You know? You have to get out your mind. Einstein, this theory of relativity came through his vision, through his meditation. Experience पाया था. He used to sit in a bathtub and play with bubbles, and that's when the theory came. But it took him 12 years to explain it to the world. So this is all beyond your imagination. हमारा तो बहुत छोटा सा mind है. We are little speck on this whole planet. This Guru Nanak said, he says, "Patala patal lakh agasa agas, multiple universes. We are tiny little spot on that little thing." You know, and our ego is so big. और टिड्डी नहीं रात को सौंधी लगता उत्ते करके सारा आसमान थक जाएगा. You know, सारा. You know, that's how मैं स्पैन कर रहा हूँ जी. You know, कुछ नहीं है. अरे छोटी सी बीमारी लग जाती बस हो जाती है आदमी की. ठीक है ना?
Also दिल खोल के करो. अगर पैसा कमाना है, there's no shame in anything.
No shame.
But don't make money because you're afraid to be poor. Make money for the sake of being rich. Make friends not because you'll be lonely, because you like making friends. So it's really जब आप opposite के करते हो because of something going wrong, अगर वो fear है तो predominant energy वहाँ है आपकी, reference point वहाँ है. So whatever you do, you want to be happy because you are depressed, you'll always stay depressed. But the goal should be independent of anything else. It should fly solo on its own, the goal. So, and I think it's really, I can't stress enough the power of people. We have to come to a point somewhere कि काला बुरा वो भैंस बकरी अलग अलग लग रहे हैं. We gotta stop this darn thing. Somewhere we have to make sense कि अरे थोड़ी देर के लिए है, you know, हमारी खुद की शक्लें बदल रही हैं, नेचर बदल रही है. एक तो हम वैसे ही पागल हैं और एक होते जा रहे हैं आगे. There's so much information out there. So we are a little schizophrenic. Don't take yourself so seriously. कोई भी याद करने वाला वैसे भी नहीं है. आजकल तो पिक्चर्स भी नहीं डालते. Youngsters don't want अपने elders की pictures. Nobody wants. They'd rather have art. Main areas में art चलता है. What chances do you stand of being remembered anyways? None. So forget it. वो जबरदस्ती ढोल बजाना. It's just to have fun.
So obsessed with being important.
Just being important. कोई देखने वाला नहीं, कोई समझने वाला नहीं.
And nobody gives a damn really.
Why should they know you? They are here to know themselves. वो खुद तो उनको जानने. Everybody is here to know themselves. How can they know you? You can't. It's not possible humanly to see the soul of another one. ये तो gift होती है, एक बहुत blessing होती है जो आप दूसरे की देख सको soul. But so we need to mind our own business, play our own tune. But you do need an orchestra. You need a band. You're not going to be playing your tune alone. So we have to. अगर band की ज़रूरत है तो रौनक अपने साथ रखो. और हंसो खेलो, you know. मेला है, it's fun. Not that bad.
I have a question. You've been on this path of discovery, or going inside and making your core stronger. How do you deal with mistrust? Like a lot of people, like if you're trying to be nice or trying to be helpful, there's so much mistrust. How do you handle that? I see more mistrust. It's not I'm discriminating. Honestly, I feel a lot of distrust here. Like if you're trying to be nice or if you're trying to help somebody, they'll just see like, why are you doing that? Do you need my money or do you need something? Like this distrust in people.
Ram, like I mentioned before, this world is your reflection.
Right.
So whatever you're experiencing is from your inner reflection. So that mistrust you have within you, you're experiencing outside. I don't experience any mistrust actually.
Even I.
You know? I mean, what can they take from me? You know? You know, I have nothing to give. Who am I, right?
No, so if you meet at a public place and you're being really nice to me, and won't you feel like, why is
see what's happening is you're not yet centered in your own self. You're thinking, see, we have this habit of thinking what the other's thinking. I'm thinking, what is she thinking about me? You know? Like we think for others. You know, we have an inner dialogue. It's a mental exercise. Oh, what do you think this guy is thinking of me? Who cares?
I want to deal with that.
Yeah.
No, the thing is the other person is not even thinking
No,
of you.
they're not even
thinking.
Inner dialogue. There's no. So it's just once you center in your own self, you'll experience things. Your thing gets stronger and stronger, right? The more there's a line in Gurmani says, "Man aao kare." Man aao kare is stay here. This is your palace. This is your temple of God. So once you start to experience that, you won't think for anybody else. It's just an exercise, a mind thing which you go through.
It's your goal. Your goal has to be larger than life, and you need that goal. Because we are in human body, the mind is always operating. So you do need to give the mind something to chew on, something to work on. Every morning, can you imagine waking up and not knowing what the hell you're doing in this life? Or what do you do today? That'll drive you crazy. Because जो thoughts हैं जिस way से brain के through work करती है energy, the thought splinters as quickly as it comes. वो 3-4 direct ways में splinter होती है. So that means कि the thought you had, we go into questioning वो ठीक था नहीं था. That is not our fault. That's the splintering. That's basically how our physiology. So if you don't have a goal, कि splintering सारा दिन होगी आपके साथ, because physiologically you're made like that. Nature splintering की आपकी, dispersing की. So if you have a goal, then everything becomes less.
But isn't this the most difficult thing to do?
A goal?
To identify your goal.
Own goal.
नहीं तो that okay. That's very interesting phenomena because we say हमें पता होना चाहिए. You can have small goals for the day to start with. And when you center your energy, वो energy will start to speak to you. God speaks all the time. We are not listening, that's all. So start with small goals. It could just be today I will do this. Tomorrow I will do that. Or today I will smile. I'm not going to go off that smile. Bas. And then wear something to remind you because you will keep forgetting, you will keep. Obstacles will come to challenge you so you could go back to your goal.
So you started out by saying that there is no knowledge that is required. From whatever limited grasp I have, what I could understand was that you need to be still, and you need. So my question is that we were sent out in this physical world to experience. Okay, so whatever your experiences might be coming from your previous karma or whatever we are saying. Now, is there a right and a wrong to that, or you're just supposed to go with the flow? And so where does the mind picture? Doesn't the mind tell you what is right or wrong, or is it just your, once, like you're saying, on this journey, you begin to identify at some particular place what you think is right or wrong, or should you go with that?
At different,
Sorry, could come across as a very confused.
Okay.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Okay, just
It's
let me step back a little bit. In your present body, there's three things active. There's the physical body, there's the mind, and there's the soul. Right? Agreed?
Yeah.
Point one is agreed? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is mind?
The thinking power, something that tells you.
Thoughts,
yeah.
Emotions, senses. What is mind is either thinking about past or thinking about future. Or worrying about future, you're thinking about plan kara ya koi piche ka. That's what mind is. Okay? So what you need to do is, or the question you've asked is, you need to kind of disconnect from your mind.
Yeah. Do you need to disconnect?
Yes,
your
you
mind
need to.
and
ये जो
just
meditation
with
क्या है?
Whatever you've been sent with, but you've also been sent with some reasoning power, isn't it?
नहीं, reasoning power जो है वो mind अब जैसे free will हो गई. जो reasoning power, we can't exercise the reasoning power because we're so drawn in this mind, ego mind. अब जैसे किसी को क्या होता है, एक ख्याल आया, वो किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगा, एक सेकंड में वो he becomes angry, and then they kill each other. So what happens? For instance, we have an anger thought. Your blood pressure goes up, your biochemistry changes, your whole there's 1500 biochemical reactions in your body. Your frontal lobes बंद हो जाते हैं. So reasoning power कहाँ रहती है? So that's the mind you need to disconnect. You need to rise up above that ego, जो bigger mind है. You need to rise above. Then only you can reason ना. वो reason जो कर रहा अंदर बैठा उसको तो दबाया हुआ है, उसका तो गला घोटा हुआ है. Who you going to reason with? So it's just the inner dialogue which we have, just to keep ourselves busy. Reasoning power जब emotion आता है, जब ख्याल आता है, तो reasoning power सारी बंद हो जाती है. अब आप देखते हो किसी को, you experience your world through your senses, which is part of your mind. When you look at somebody, when you instantly dislike, जैसे आपने प्रिया को देखा, एकदम dislike हो गया, अब you totally disconnect. What happens is we live our life from a perception. We never change. People never change. अब मैं बोल रहा हूँ, you go dissecting, you're not even listening properly because you're dissecting, your mind's kicking in. Not you, everybody does this.
I'm just trying to understand.
No, but that's how you dissect, ना? और हम खाना खाते हैं. वो एक खाना give it to 1,000 people, they all have separate answer because the taste senses for everybody is different. I'm looking at you, everybody is experiencing differently because अपनी perception के हिसाब से कर रहे हैं. So we need to break that glass of perception. वो एक ceiling बनाई, glass ceiling, उसको we need to break out from that. And that is through these experiences, through this Kriya. You need to make a physical program. It's like heavy weight. I call it heavy mind, fat mind. A fat mind हो गया. वो इतनी layers पे layers उस पे fat पे. How do we lose weight? How do we shed that ego जो है हमारी perception? How we shed? Two things. First is awareness. You need to be aware कि मेरे को ख्याल है. You need to be constantly aware of your feelings. The beauty is कि सारा कुछ इस body में contained है. तो बॉडी के अंदर we need to scan our body कि मेरे को कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं हो रही बॉडी में, वायरस तो नहीं चल रहा है. You need to be aware of your thoughts, of your feelings. People are so unaware, उनको पता ही नहीं लगता. So you need to come into awareness. Second is exercise. So first one is like eating good food. if you have to lose weight, which is your thoughts. You need to entertain good thoughts which uplift you. Second is these kriyas. It changes your biochem, जो आपकी frequency ना body की cellular frequency, that changes. Then once that changes, then you are lifting up. Then nothing would bother you because वो change, आपकी frequency change हो गई. आपकी जो आप एक electromagnetic field हो. अब what is happening is that's a law of nature. At whatever frequency you're vibrating, that's what you're attracting. Aram?
That's right.
So whatever you have disbelief or like or whatever, that's your manifestation. If my mother is making my life miserable, she is not, by the way, so it's just an example. So it's my manifestation, it's my mother.
Is that fully 100% true or it's also karma?
No, karma क्या है ना? Karma भी तो यही है. Understand this.
Because I was always a person who really trusted people, and I always thought that all people are very good.
Just 1 minute. So what happens is कि वो आपकी जो जिस frequency पे vibrate. Another example is we have one thought. एक ख्याल आता है ना? तो we have like 80,000 thoughts a day. We have 97% repetitive thoughts. एक ख्याल को वही. It's like आपने एक को dislike किया, वो dislike करते वो you will dislike everybody. You know? Like अब फिगर का ख्याल आता है आपको कोई ना? So when you have that, सारा कुछ ही फिगर में turn हो जाता है, right?
So is it possible to change the frequency that you're
Yes.
vibrating at?
Yes. The beauty is कि जो हमारे cells है ना, that's the beauty of it. The cells which are programmed in this energy are constantly dying and regenerating at the same time. Within one year we have a brand new body. तो नए जो cells पैदा होंगे वो उस energy में पैदा होते हैं. अब क्या होता है? कैंसर क्यों होता है? Cancer, एक cell cancerous हो जाता है because of the environment, whatever conditions. Then the other cells mimic it because this cell is so strong. The other cells start to mimic it. सारी body cancerous हो जाती है. Healing क्यों होती है? Healing भी इसी तरह होती है. एक cell heal होता है, फिर वो सारी cells उसको mimic करते रहते हैं. You have to discipline, keep a discipline, depending on how sick you are. You know आपको बीमारी कितनी ज़्यादा. You have to see yourself. You have to recognize and see कि हाँ मेरे को बीमारी है. पहले तो लोग बीमारी नहीं मानते हैं. You know. You have to really recognize and say, look in the mirror and say, this is my issues. Start to write a journal. It really help you. You know, सब चीज़ का pattern है. So follow you. You have to really recognize your pattern and see, this is what's bothering me. Then become aware. Do Kriyas. सब change होता है.
So it comes with time as you go.
No, it could happen in 60 days. You have brand new cells, brain cells in 60 days. If you are serious about it, 60, 70 days, you can change your life.
But like you said that there are so many multiple layers that we are creating.
अरे नहीं है, वो बनाई जाओ layers.
हाँ वही मैं कह रही हूँ कि वो हमने एक self created है
तो उसको तोड़ दो ना.
But then how do you deal with your problem?
नहीं, just a minute. You do your kriya.
Yeah.
You don't worry layers कितनी.
हाँ.
Because don't forget, अगर ये negative layers हैं separation की, तो कई जन्मों से आप यहाँ आ रहे हो. For you to come to this hardcore spiritual gathering, where you are manifesting God. We are not talking about some text kahin. We are not verbalizing gaane ga ke sahi se. We are actually directly bringing God manifestation here. So that means कि your soul already was prepared for this. So you trust your soul कि जितनी ये थोड़ी veils of ignorance हैं, उससे कहीं और layers cemented है हजारों साल के births के साथ आपके अंदर. तो वो जब वो भी तो उभरेंगी, शायद एक ही ये कवर लेयर था. So don't worry कब टूटेगा कब नहीं होगा. You do your part.
See what has happened is you picked up artificial intelligence. जो natural intelligence है उसको आपने दबा दिया है of the soul because of the conditioning. We took birth and हमने उसको believe कर लिया ना कि गुस्सा बच्चों को कहते फिक्र कर उस पर फिक्र करने लग जाता है. You know पढ़ता नहीं है. So it's been programmed in us. So there's two presumptions. One is कि I am burdened by all these layers and मेरा तो जन्म खराब है. And God is somewhere sitting in the mountains or hills or somewhere, right? I have to go find Him. That's one presumption. Another is कि God is within me. Now the science says that God is within you and you've experienced it. So which one? It's your choice. And if you say that it's within me, I can experience it. And these are all temporary belief systems I've bought into. Temporary है ना? But the choice is yours. You know, you could उसको बढ़ाते रहो. See, the beauty is कि जहाँ पे आप focus करोगे ना, वही चीज उभरेगी. जैसे when Ruby said before कि वो if the focus is we're looking for money and the focus is on fear कि हाय पैसे ना गुम जाए, हाय मेरे को मैं गरीब ना हो जाऊँ, तो you'll stay गरीब. If you खिल के कर रहे हो तो focus there's no fear, then that's what you'll manifest. So you just have to see where your attention is. Focus कहाँ पे.
You have to come to Goa to live with us for a few days. It'll be changed when you go back. It's the easiest way.
Is it fair to say that conversations with yourself very, very openly and documenting whatever your thoughts are is a good starting point?
Good starting point. It's right as journal. Very good starting point. Because we have to find your pattern cat, what programming cat. And you mark things down. Let's say you have anxiety 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you'll see next day also you'll have 3 o'clock anxiety. The trigger is different. Then you recognize कि अरे भाई कल तो ABC के करके anxiety हुई तो आज YZ करके हो रही है, तो it's not the trigger. The anxiety is in me. Or somebody waking up at 7 o'clock, whatever time. So you'll recognize कि जैसे जिसको fear होता है या कुछ भी होता है, गुस्सा आता है, any prominent बहुत strong emotional outburst होता है, particular time of the day, it'll happen the same time or close to the same time next day. Because everything is in the cycle.
One thing, when you're doing a journal and you're having this, recording this self-dialogue, self-conversation, it's very, very, very important that aap wo likh lo. And then you close the book for a minute, take a few deep breaths, you open it and read it again. Because you need to visit that as an observer. Otherwise, you're going to be trapped in different layers of mind. Ek udhar bounce karega, ek udhar karega. You will sleep really restlessly. You will wake up in the morning because wohi done famished psyche was playing you all the time. So you have to revisit that. And then you have to, okay, then जो आपने लिखा है, अचानक वो means कुछ और करेगा. Because when you actually go as a visitor and totally visit it again, it's a whole different meaning what you've written.
So Ajay, for instance, let's say 3 o'clock in the afternoon you had some real big anger outburst, for example, right? So you had this anger outburst at 3 o'clock, whatever. You write it down, कि I had this anger outburst 3 o'clock. But you don't analyze उसको, कि क्यों हुआ, कि आज वो neighbor ने ऐसे कर दिया, ये वो story लिखने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. Just that this such and such particular thing happened to this. And be observer, and you don't need to analyze it, you don't need to feel guilty, or you don't need to beat yourself. You could be wrong also. So you don't need to beat yourself also. कि मैंने ऐसे कर दिया, ऐसे हो गया, मैंने आगे से ऐसे नहीं करना. And never say never, कि मैंने आगे से ऐसे नहीं करना. जो बोलोगे नहीं करो वो करोगे, पक्का. You know, because you're so hooked to that thing. So you just write it down and become aware. That's all. कि मेरे को 3 बजे ही होता है. And then what you do is, like what I did, I used to have it at 3:30 in the afternoon. I used to get really pissed off, or something would happen. Then I started playing tennis, or I would run, go for a jog, or you break that time. Take yourself away from that time. It'll change. Yeah.
Should we
बस करें.
Honey, start with something which is very beautiful and will really help him. That is one, we'll give 30 seconds to each person. And you just go within and tell us ki what are you taking home from here today. Jo aapki insight hogi, that'll work for you. Because often we have talked so many things, we've done so many things here, we can easily get lost ki oh acha kuch tha, yaad nahi hai abhi. So for us to take home ki ek cheez that actually we can even work on later, it's quite phenomenal. So whatever that was, whatever that feeling was, just a few seconds each. Whatever your gift you're taking from here today, we would actually like to share it. So we can just start.
Take the blissful state.
Oh no, what you're taking today from here, this experience.
From this experience.
Okay, so you got the blissful state, so you want to take that. Okay, sure. So we can just quickly go through.
Divine grace.
Okay.
Abba, wait for it.
Just okay. What is
For me, it's surrender and acceptance.
Okay, big one. So remember that लिख लेना, जो लेके जा रहे हो लिख लेना, and look at it tomorrow.
I'm taking protection and lots of love.
Okay, lovely.
Love and Shiva.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of peace in myself.
Yeah.
Love and healing.
Yeah, love and healing. We'll finish here first, otherwise we. Okay. Just पे आ जाते हैं.
Divine blessings.
Seriously?
Yeah.
हमने रिकॉर्ड कर लिया, भूलने भी नहीं.
I took something else.
What?
I really like a lot today.
Okay.
Healing.
Healing.
Okay.
What about you?
A lot of healing and fortification, as I said, with that blue light.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of strength.
Okay.
One, that there is some light within me, and second, that I'm very well protected.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very good one. God's on my side.
Yeah, that kind of.
That is a breaker or maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Self-love.
Oh, yeah, good. Great.
For me, it's total silence and blissfulness, and I actually felt I'm the most favorite child of my higher power.
Ah, sweet.
I was very much at peace, and I could, what I'm going to take along is that I could feel that there is somebody to guide me and be with me wherever I'm going. Right.
Profound blissful state of mind and body and thought.
Everything is with me.
Great.
I'm taking home the experience of the door opening and seeing the light. I felt wonderful.
Lovely, lovely. God bless.
Peace and happiness. Visiting and revisiting the tunnel of light and love.
What I felt after the meditation was that faith has wings, and it is through faith and not by sight that we walk.
Beautiful.
Calm and peaceful, yeah, really nice. Joy and...
Yeah, that's a big one.
Travel within, and it lies everything inside. And the last thing, what Inder, I have to break my anger at happening at a particular moment and particular time. I need to break with my bad habit, and especially acknowledging and recognizing it, and not feeling guilty about it.
Yeah, no shame.
That I'm bad. To break that.
Yes. Great. What about
peace and love, and the feeling that I am being protected by existence every minute.
Beautiful.
Peace.
What about you?
The lingering fragrance of jasmine.
Oh, wow. Great. That's a blessing.
Very fine.
I felt connected and I could feel the universe within me.
That I'm whole, I'm complete, and the entire universe is actually within me. I just have to be with myself more.
I'm taking the realization that divine is within me and a lot of love inside I'm taking back.
I'm taking love and healing with me.
I'm going to take home silence. And I'm going to practice like keeping away from negative thoughts.
You know, that's really important what you said. Practice what you just said. You know, whatever your point is, reference point is, practice that.
Practice that. Whatever spirit you have.
But then when do I deal with my problems?
Sorry? So this silence is not just verbal silence, silence thoughts also. Inner silence. जब inner silence है भूल जाओगे सब.
And you will have a way to deal with situations. Silence के through आएगा.
Strength आएगी अंदर से.
तरीका तो वहीं से आएगा. जी. Better तरीका.
कोई problem नहीं है, ऐश करो.
I want to carry the bliss and joy which I got from meditation which you gave, and I'm really obliged.
I know, thank you so much.
Confidence within me that yes, I am the one and I can create my own destiny. No, I am in control of myself. I want to take it home.
A memory of deep connect, a stillness, and feeling very protected, very protected.
Trust in God and be kind to all. एक जैसे हम सुनते हैं कि ये पुराने कर्मों का फल है, ये एक्चुअली होता है ऐसा?
हाँ होता है, पर उसको आप चेंज कर सकते हो ना. पुराने कर्मों करके तो बर्थ हुआ आपका जो ब्यूटी है, तो कर्मों को आप चेंज कर सकते हो. हाँ.
With our actions.
हाँ, yeah, exactly.
And thoughts.
Thank you. It was a wonderful experience. I got lots and lots of love and healing. Thank you so much.
My experience, all those who are coming very regularly, the joint, as Inder has said, it's a joint venture. The group energy makes such a difference. If you do it alone at home, it will work, but not to that intensity. So it's my personal experience that this jointly doing the things makes a lot of difference, and the things happen then automatically, because you know, so many persons in one direction working together. So please do that much commitment. If we want that mind layers have to be crossed, let it be a joint venture, joint energy, and we'll cross it very easily. I have crossed it, right? Because I look forward on every Thursday, 5:30, 6:30. I was absent one day, but even sitting in a bus, I was imagining myself to be with the group. Thank you.
That we meet every Thursday. It's just 1 hour a week. So the more we are together, and the better it is for our own energy. So let's commit here that we take this on further.
I want to say something. For me, what I'm taking back, because like you, we have our own destiny to live to. And I wasn't going to, in fact, come to Chandigarh. I decided not to come. And I was in Delhi, and then all of a sudden I was talking to my guides and God, and I got this message that I should go to Chandigarh. And I asked why, because there's plenty other places to go where I could share this love. And the message was, no, go share it, do it, because you're not doing it. I will manifest through you. You are just moving your body. You're just taking your body. But it will be me who will do that. So I then I texted Inder that I will be coming to Chandigarh. And for me, I'm taking back my promise to God, God's promise to me, and more faith in that word, and more to follow. I don't think I could ever abandon that word, that God, or whatever that thing is to me. So it always has served me, and as we saw today, this is proof that it was meant to be, and it has happened. So bless you all.
I just want to end with saying, like, it's really important to commit, first of all, because make this your priority. You have to. There's no other way out. और कोई तरीका ही नहीं है, you know. So you have to commit to a time, because it disciplines you. And in a group, what happens is Sangat, you know, Sadh Sangat is the power gets magnified many times over. And it's a joint venture. It's not individual, it's not my own, it's not anybody's. We can't differentiate, we can't disconnect ourselves. Impossible. So, Sangat's really important. Get together, and even when you dislike somebody in a group, if you are feeling that, it's also indicated, triggers that. You'll feel whatever negative, positive, it's like a family, you know. You have to build up. And what I am taking home is commitment, you know, because I see there's a change, and you know, has to be committed at all levels, and it's a joint venture. It's not an individual thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.